Well, happy Monday, all you freight masters out there. It is the start of a new week. Um, I did the live video yesterday, and I actually was booking loads till about 11 o'clock last night. So, yeah, it was a great start to the new week. Um, so, as the thumbnail said, the FMCSA has a new registration process that they're going to be rolling out in 2025. The FMCSA recently announced significant updates to its registration system. MC numbers are being eliminated because the FMCSA acknowledged that their current registration system has fallen behind and had allowed widespread fraud to occur. I think we didn't already know that, but okay, thanks for catching up. The federal, and I'm going to read this, the Federal Motor Carrier Administration, or FMCSA, announced significant updates to its registration system. They acknowledged that their current system had fallen behind and had allowed widespread fraud to occur. The FMCSA promised to completely revamp their verification processes and enhance the overall user experience. Again, guys, as I go through this, and I finish up, what are your thoughts on this? I'd really love to get your feedback on it. I've already kind of read through it. Is it going to fix things 100%? Probably not. Is it too little, too late? I don't know, but I digress. One major change involves doing away with MC numbers and rely solely on US DOT numbers as the identifier for carriers, brokers, and freight forwarders. This means that carriers and others will need to make adjustments on their end to comply with the new system. Okay, so even if you already have your authority, there's things that you're going to have to do. The primary focus on these changes is on enhancing security and preventing fraud, as fraud within the freight industry has reached alarming levels, right? We've been talking, why is it that they're just now addressing this when we've been talking about this for how long? Anyone? Bueller? Right? To address these concerns, the FMCSA intends to incorporate identification and business verification tools into the registration process. This includes measures like multi-factor authentication and outsourcing verification services to trusted firms. These changes will apply to both new applicants and existing registrants. So who are these outside entities, right? Maybe linked to some politician, I don't know, or they're going to get paid to whatever. Reasons for the MC number requirements removal. The MC number has historically served as a unique identifier for motor carriers operating in interstate commerce. It has been used by regulatory agencies to track compliance with safety regulations, track trucking companies' operations, and collect data for research purposes. However, the FMCSA has determined that the MC number is no longer necessary for these purposes due to the increasing availability and effectiveness of other tracking and identification methods. How is this going to affect intrastate, right? By only having one number. I don't know. Number one, advances in technology. The proliferation of electronic logging devices has made it easier for the FMCSA to track motor carriers' operations and ensure compliance with hours of service regulations. ELDs capture data on driving time, off-duty periods, and other relevant information, providing a more comprehensive and accurate picture of a carrier's activities. Well, what happens when those ELDs mess up? And I've actually heard from some of you, with your ELDs, and then you call into some call center that you get absolutely nowhere with. I think that they should probably be required to have some sort of mandatory uptime, right, without incident. But I guess that may be a story for another day, because some of these units just don't function to the level that they should. It causes undue delays, and time on a driver's end to remedy that, right? Number two, improved data management. The FMCSA has also implemented more sophisticated data management systems that can effectively track motor carriers without relying on MC numbers. These systems allow for cross-referencing information from various sources, including insurance records, vehicle registrations, and driver licensing data. Reduction of administration burdens. The MC number requirements has imposed administrative burdens on trucking companies, particularly small businesses. Obtaining an MC number involves completing paperwork, paying fees, and maintaining records. By eliminating this requirement, the FMCSA aims to reduce the financial and time costs associated with compliance. Okay. The potential impacts of the change. The removal of the MC number requirements is expected to have several positive impacts on the trucking industry. It may lead to increased efficiency in the registration process for new carriers, as well as reduced administrative costs for existing companies. The potential for ID theft should be minimized. Additionally, the change should encourage more individuals and businesses to enter the trucking industry, potentially easing driver shortages and improving freight transportation capacity. Okay. Do you really believe that there's a driver shortage? The overall consensus, at least from what I've heard and what I believe, is that there is not a driver shortage. We are in an overcapacity situation in regards to the amount of freight volume that is out there. So I don't know. Is this just a way of furthering, to suppress rates, right, on the spot market? I don't know. Some of you I've talked to about this, about driving out the little guy, right? You owner operators, you small fleet guys. I don't believe that there's a driver shortage. I don't. And you can look at the truck to load ratios and kind of verify that. In fact, I was looking at a new load this morning. There was 284 trucks available and 10 loads. Tell me there's a driver shortage again. Right? Okay. However, there may be some challenges associated with the transition. Some industry stakeholders may express concerns about the potential for increased difficulty in tracking non-compliant carriers or identifying companies involved in illicit activities. To address these concerns, the FMCSA may need to implement additional safeguards or enforcement measures. So basically what I'm getting from this, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that the ability to, they're going to have steps involved, like authentication involved, so that somebody can't just come in, steal your information through the FMCSA, right? But what does this do about foreign entities doing business here in the U.S., right? Getting their authority as, say, a new broker, booking 50-11 loads, and then cutting bait and running, leaving you guys to hold the bag, right? I addressed some of that in yesterday's live in regards to carriers not getting paid or not getting paid on time. I don't think that this covers the full picture. And again, maybe there's more to this than what I've found out about it, but I don't think that this is an overall solution. Does it cut down on identity theft? Possibly. But I think that as much of a concern as that is, there's also, again, these foreign entities that are doing business inside the U.S., that essentially, like I said, they just kind of cut bait and run. So anyway, the FMCSA's decision to eliminate MC number requirements represents a significant step toward modernizing the trucking industry and reducing regulatory burdens. By leveraging advancements in technology and data management, the agency aims to create a more efficient and effective regulatory environment for motor carriers. While there may be some challenges to overcome during the transition, the overall benefits of this change are expected to outweigh the costs. What are your thoughts on this? Does this fully address, so much of the fraud that's happening? I mean, I know that there was like the phishing emails and things out there. I don't know. I haven't heard much about that lately. If you're still getting, phishing emails, people trying to, access your information, let me know. It's something I haven't heard about in a while. So if it's still going on, if you're getting multiple emails that are phishing emails, let me know. And that being said, beef up your online security as a quick little side note here, because make sure that the email address that it's coming from is the actual email address that it should be coming from, right? Don't just randomly click links. I know that in today's age with everything's got to happen now. We kind of tend to get click happy. So don't do it. Just double check. All right. For your own safety, for your own, So again, let me know your thoughts. If anybody needs anything, again, I have my recommendations for services and tools down below. If you are looking for factoring, if you're looking to build your leads, if you're build relationships, I highly recommend eCarrierCheck and Operfi. Great companies. I can't say enough about them. I use eCarrierCheck almost daily. In fact, I've got them pulled up on my other tab right now, right? That being said, I hope everybody's having a great day. Have a great week. And as always, be kind to one another. Bye-bye now.